Welcome to Mr. Lucas's class. If you're going to be a successful student in my class, there's a few things you need to know. Alright, so we know C-Tech is a huge building with long hallways and it's easy to get lost, but once you do figure out where my room is, you should start getting there in a reasonable amount of time. Resist all urges to simply dilly-dally through the hallways, to take your good old sweet time, to talk to friends or be on your phone for too long. Once you see my class, try to get there as soon as you can because I do typically start once the bell rings. Alright, once you walk into class, then the first thing you should do is go over and take your cell phone and put it into the cell phone bin. All of you will have a number, so just make sure you put it in your number. This is how I track attendance for each and every day. Now, for those of you that don't want to put it in here because you know you're going to have a breakdown similar to this.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it!
Well, know this. If you get caught with your phone, the first time it gets taken straight to Mean Dean Ream's office to be kept there until the end of the school day. The second time you get caught with it, your parents have to come pick it up from the office at the end of the day and they get to talk to administration. The third time it happens, your phone gets taken down to the office, your parents have to come pick it up, and you get a Wednesday school on top of that. So it's really not worth the trouble of annoying your parents to come pick up your phone because you couldn't stay off of it. So if you choose not to put your phone in the phone box, you need to let me know and I will mark that down so I don't accidentally mark you tardy, but I'm also going to keep an eye on you. Listen, when I was in high school, phones were starting to be a thing. And I know it's tempting to want to watch TikToks or to play a game on your phone or text people, but do your absolute best to resist the urge, especially while I'm lecturing, even if it's a really boring lecture. Trust me, eventually I will find you, even if it's not right away, and I will bust you. After all, I know all the tricks of the trade. The under the table, the behind the arm, the I'm hugging myself move, the I don't care that you just caught me, and the behind the book bag trick, which has forced me to ban book bags from being on desks. Anyway, after you've come into class and you've put your phone away, look for the directions of what to do for the day on the board. Most days you'll have a bell ringer to complete where you simply open up your Chromebook and answer the question for the day on something called Pear Deck. We'll talk about that later. Now, it's really important you bring your Chromebook each and every day. If for some reason you forget your Chromebook, or if it runs out of battery and it dies, you can go down to the office and get a spare Chromebook to use for the day, but they only have so many, so make sure you come prepared each day with a fully charged Chromebook. If for some reason you need to leave my class, make sure you grab the hall pass and then come over here and make sure to sign out on the sign out sheet, which will simply have you put your name, the date, where you're headed, what time you're leaving, and then when you come back in, make sure you write what time you return. This is in case there's a fire drill or some reason that we need to know where you're at in the building. Ah yes, speaking of fire drills, if there's a fire drill, take a left as soon as you go out of the door and go down this short hallway to the very end here. That's Miss Bauer's office there to the left. Once you get to the end, you'll hook a quick right, then a quick left, and you'll exit out those doors. For tornado drills, you simply take a right and then crouch right along the side of the hallway. Even though tornadoes are strong and destructive forces of nature, it's important to remain calm and quiet during a tornado, as it has been scientifically proven that tornadoes jump over buildings where those within are remaining calm and quiet. To avoid chaos like this, no lining up at the door at the end of class. Remain in your seat until the bell rings. Now, if for some reason you're late to class, make sure you have a pass, but instead of interrupting class to give it to me, just put it over here in the tardy bin and then proceed to get to work on whatever we have to do. Now, if you're absent, you'll want to come talk to me as soon as you get back and we'll talk about an extension. But the good news is with the internet, you can check Google Classroom and work on stuff even while you're absent. Were you absent for a lecture day or note-taking day? Or were you here but just totally zoned out? Well, don't worry. Thanks to the pandemic, all of my lecture videos from last year are still on my YouTube page. So that means every topic we covered from the beginning to the end of the year is on there with me explaining everything. So just simply Google search Jared Lucas C-Tech on YouTube and you should be able to start searching for whatever topic it is that you need a review on. Okay, so since this is an American government and politics course, this class does talk about controversial topics, which means it has the potential to turn into this. That's why it's so critical to be respectful, and in this class, we critique, criticize, and attack ideas, not people. Oh yeah, and one last thing. For you future hackers, please don't hack into our review games and fill them with a bunch of bots. Thanks for watching this brief instructional video on how to be a successful student in Mr. Lucas's class. I hope we have a great year.